You came to GWT because something wasn't right in your life. How could you not be at this training when the CEO of the company is here, the senior VP is here, the national ambassador is here, you know, master ambassadors are here from Canada, you got NA's ambassadors from other parts of Nigeria. This was the most important place for you to be. So with that, Brian, I think we're gonna jump straight to bringing up our very own national ambassador, the first two-time President's Cup winner in GWT, the first millionaire, the #1 global income earner in all of global wealth trade, and he's none other than our very own Mr. Reza Garlu, all the way from Canada. Let's give him a great round of applause. First time in Warri, first time in Nigeria, so you're in for a big treat.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Finally, we're here. Warri. We've been talking about it. We've been thinking about it. It's my first time in Nigeria. We had a blast in Abuja over the past few days, and now we're here. But I'll tell you, it's my first time here. It's not going to be the last. Made that decision my very first day in Abuja. I said, man, what a beautiful landscape, what a beautiful people, beautiful culture, absolutely everything about it. I love everything about it. And, you know, we have some great family here in GWT. So expect to get to see us and get sick of us because we're going to be here a lot. So, which one? The right one? Yeah. Okay. All right. So what we're going to talk about is the most basic tools, the most basic steps that you need to take in your business. See, when I hit this profession, I call it a profession because everyone should look at it as that. It's not just that thing that you make some money with and you go on to the next one. It's a profession. You want to perfect it, you want to be effective, you want to keep it simple, but informative and to a point. And that is to be able to do the tour. Each and every one of you guys, this is something I was taught a long time ago. My very first company I was with, I was told by the top owner of that company, the day that you learn how to do your own tour is the day your business is going to skyrocket. Why? Because now I can do the tour anytime. With our business, Global Wealth Trade, I can do the tour absolutely anytime, anywhere. I'm not at the mercy of a third party. I'm not at the mercy of my upline. Because I have learned on how to do the tour. I'm not saying right off the bat, right off the gate, go and do your own tour. Obviously, utilize your upline, utilize the system, the tools. But you know what? You got to keep in mind, you want to learn on how to do the tour yourself. Now, we're going to go through the process of the pre-tour, tour, and post-tour. Okay? Basically, the pre-tour, you want to make sure when you are talking to someone, and you know what I do is this. When I start talking to someone, whether it's someone I know or someone that's total stranger, after I do the like and trust, after I start the conversation with them, what I do is I tell them about the history of the company. Okay? Because we all know every day someone knocking at our door, sending us an email, calling us, seeing us, and telling us how they have the world's greatest opportunity. It happens everywhere, daily. Okay? So what I want to do is I want to talk about our company. We've been in manufacturing since 1800s, 1880s to be exact. Okay? We've been manufacturing designer goods for the biggest companies out there. So it's not something new to us that we just decided to get into, right? That's very, very important. It brings credibility to what you're going to bring them into, right? You want to show them the accolades and so on and so forth. Now, to a tour, let's say a group tour that you guys had yesterday. I heard it was jam-packed. Okay? So what you want to do is talk to your prospect about the history of the company, where it's coming from, where it's at, and hopefully that you have your own products on hand, that you're wearing your own products, whether it's the shoes, watch, rings, wallet, handbags, rings for ladies. I mean, you got endless choices, right? Hopefully you have that on you. You should be the product anyways. So this brings instant credibility. It gets the prospect ready after what they're about to see. It's not just you talking, but you actually have, your own products and some documentation I've already showed them, right? Now you're going to go to the tour. What do you want to do? You want to know who is the presenter. If it's a group tour, you want to know who's the presenter. Know their 2-minute story. So you want to heavily edify the presenter. What I would do is this. Joanne, what are you doing tomorrow? Well, I don't know what time. I don't know, about 7:30. Joanne lives in Toronto. Okay, I'll meet you a little bit earlier. Either we'll go there together, or I'll meet you at the venue about half hour before the tour starts. That's when I tell them about the presenter. I want to know about the presenter, who the presenter is. Locally for you guys, if it's Dr. Anthony, you want to know his story and be able to share that with the prospect. The person that's going to be talking about the company, about this opportunity, his name is such and such, her name is such and such. This is their track record, this is what they've done. They're awesome, they're supportive, true leaders. You want to heavily edify that individual. So now your prospect will have that respect to not just hear, but actually hear of what the presenter is saying, right? Edify your teammates. When you go into a group tour, what I do is normally when I come in early, not only I show them my products, if there's a product display, or if there's other members in the house, in the room that are wearing this. See that young lady over there? Yeah. See her bracelet? That's ours. See the necklace over there? That's ours. See the handbag over there? That's also ours. So I take this guest around the room and I introduce them to my teammates. Okay? What does that do? That brings a sense of unity. When someone's coming from the outside saying, my gosh, these guys are all working together. These guys are so nice. The culture, they're really warm. That's a good feeling, right? Yeah. That you're not alone. You're going in there and you already have a family, a good team that you all work together. People are attracted to that. People like to be part of that. Even if they have doubts in their own mind if they can do it or if this business works, now they see, wow. So you want to introduce them to your teammates and so on. And like I said, you want to make sure you have the products and you want to be excited the whole time. I'm not talking artificial. I personally know some people, I used to be one of them, that are excited. But for some reason, they're not showing their excitement. And that's not, you want to show your excitement. You want to make sure they understand you're having a blast and you're excited, and that's just the way you work. Right? Okay? You want to bring your guests, take them to the front of the room. Like today, this is a massive, massive place, right? So you want to bring your guests as far up front as possible. And you want to make sure you sit down with your guests. Now, if you're expecting more guests to come, then you want to ask your teammates to help, give you a hand, or you want to sit down, get your guests to sit down with your upline, your business partners, and so on and so forth, if you're waiting for someone else. And not at any given time. Once the tour starts, get up and go in and out of the room. It just disrupts the whole thing. It looks unprofessional, it distracts the presenter, it distracts the guests, it just doesn't, it's not a good scene. So once the tour starts, stay put. If you have people assigned as the desk, registration, or ushers, these are the people that you want to do. If my guest shows up, can you please guide them to me? I'm sitting right here. But yourself, you don't want to be getting up and in and out of the room. And most importantly, do not play with your phone. Make it quite obvious that you take your phone out, you look at it. I'm going to put my phone on silent right now. And maybe, you tell your guests to do the same thing. So that way they realize this is serious. It's not just we just hanging out and we're playing on our phone, we get up and go. No. The more serious you are, the more into it you are, the more serious your guest will take your business. All right? Pay attention once the tour starts. You know what? I've seen the tour, I don't know, thousands of times. Thousands of times. I've probably shown the tour thousands of times. Every time the tour starts, pay full attention to the tour, like it's your very first time seeing it. I'll tell you why. Like I said, if you're sitting there and you're all over the place, you're playing with your phone, you're getting up, in and out of the room, guess what? Your guest is going to do just the same. So you really wasted your time. Because what's going to happen, they're not going to take it seriously to begin with. Secondly, they're going to be playing with their phone too. And then when the tour ends, they're going to ask you, so what do I do here? How do I make money? Do I have to go sell this stuff now? Like, you know, like they missed the whole tour, right? So it's very important that you pay 100% attention and participate in the tour. We had, I go to some tours, the presenter's talking about the earning potential of a diamond, $1.56 million. Earning potential, forget about diamond. Earning potential of a retailer, $52,000. Talks about the BDB, 10% on your first generation, 5% on your second. All this great stuff, and only a couple of people are clapping, or a couple of people are excited, as if, like, you know. So you want to make sure you participate. Give energy back to the room, give energy to the presenter, most importantly, you know, to the prospect. So you want to make sure you pay attention to that. Okay? Basically, your guests will look at you, see what you're doing, and they'll do exact same thing. If you're into the tour, guess what? They'll be into the tour. If you're playing, then they're going to play too. So very, 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 very important. Now if you go to one-on-one tours, again, same idea. The pre-tour, the like and trust is first, because, you know, if the person you don't know or you haven't seen in a while, you want to catch up to what's going on and talk about stuff like that. If it's someone you don't even know, you want to ask questions and make sure you understand what it is that this individual will be looking for. We all know, top two things people are looking for. Doesn't matter the location, where in the world. They want more money and they want free time. Okay? There's that 0.1% that really they're happy where they're at, but they would love to be as a part of a group, be a part of an organization, part of, you know, they have a sense of belonging. We have that too, that's fine too, there's no problem. But two things that people want, how are you going to know? Myself, I'll talk about myself. My approach is different when it comes to the ladies and then it's to the guys. Even though they all want the money and the free time, ladies are more product oriented. When I bring the ladies to our tour, and if you have a product display, or when we bring them to the world headquarters, or when I bring them on the gallery, on my internet, on my tablet, on my laptop, ladies will spend up to an hour sometimes looking at everything. Oh, look at their shoes, look at those handbags, look at this, you know. They spend time and that's fine. So I know ladies are product oriented. They want the money, but the products are really important to them. On the other hand, men, they like the products, don't get me wrong. They like the shoes, and they like the watches, and they like stuff like that. But 5-10 minutes later, after they see this great stuff, they say, you know what? I love the products, they look beautiful, show me the money. Okay? That's just the way it is. In most cases, anyways. So I ask a lot of questions prior to a tour to find out what this individual is working for. Online, same idea. You can share your screen to do the tour manually, slide by slide by slide. You can talk to the person and let them see the video that's available online. And you follow up by doing the comp plan. There's a number of different ways. The format is the same, okay? The format is the same. Now, you have done your prospecting, you have done your like and trust, you have brought people to the table, you've done everything right, you have brought them to a tour, they sat down, they see the tour, they loved everything, which I hear all the time. I go to some tours, there's 100 people in the room, and everybody loves what's going on. Everybody. They like absolutely everything they see, and next thing I know, if it's, I don't know, let's call it a new market, all of a sudden you see out of 100, they all get up, they're all excited, they all love it, but they all start to leave, right? Now you understand why I can't stop smiling. All of a sudden they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay. So what package are you starting with? I don't ask them, so you want to join? No. What package are you starting with? And they'll like usually say, well, looks like diamond is the package of choice. I'm like, absolutely. That's what I started with. Now I listen to what they got to say. I have the application with me, right? Now I'm going to listen to what they got to say. Say, well, I just got to get the money together. Most times the answer is I got to get the money together. That's okay, no problem. What can you get started with today? The answer would be, well, I want to go diamond. I understand that. But positioning is crucial. From now till you get the entire $3,500 for a diamond, whether it's a day or a month, lots can happen. Remember about those 2 aces we were talking about? You don't want to miss on those 2 aces. I'm kind of trying to explain to them. Then usually when you're in a group meeting, someone else is welcoming someone else on board. And I look at them and say, look, if you had positioned yourself 5 minutes ago, chances are that person would have been probably in your team. But now, since we're having this conversation, you're going to end up probably in their team. And this is going to happen around the clock. So let's get your position right now. What can you get started right now? There's no penalty. You can always upgrade. But the moment you're in the system, you're positioned. You do not miss on a single soul that's going to come in. And they were like, really? I'm like, yes. So let's position you right now, whatever you can right now, and we'll work on the upgrade. I'll show you how to do all that. Don't worry about it. Now, there's some people, no matter okay, it's not working. I'm going to put you in the system online. Or I get your application, fill it up, completely waiting for your final decision, whether you want to launch or you want to, what package you want to launch with. I'll fill this up, this application in my hand, I'll keep it. You go home and do what you got to do. As a matter of fact, I want to talk to your partner. I want to talk to your husband or wife, friend, whatever. Get them on the phone with me, or better yet, why don't we show that person what you saw today? Because you're not ready to show this business. Even though you saw it and you get excited, you're not ready to show this. Why don't you set it up so I can show this person what you saw today? You usually say, oh, you do that? I'm like, of course. You know, I can share my Skype or we can do it in person. It doesn't really matter. So I want to make sure I show that individual, because when a husband goes home or a wife goes home and tells the partner, I just saw this amazing business opportunity. Oh, there's a bunch of jewelry, great, beautiful jewelry. We're going to spend $3,500. The partner said, whoa. $3,500 you're going to spend on what? Buy more stuff? So you know, this is not the big picture, right? The real deal is an actual huge opportunity which a new person cannot properly relate to the partner. What do you get with the VIP account? Sorry? $300. So what you want to do is bring value to the account. Say, listen, Joe, what I'm going to do for you is this. I'm going to create you a free VIP account. In that VIP account, not only have your own username and password and access to the gallery and all that, I'm going to throw in a $300 gift certificate. Like what? Yeah, I'm going to throw in a $300 gift certificate. So when you go home, if you decide to buy something, first $300 out of $600 shopping is on me. And depending on what's happening at any time about the shipping, for example, you get promotions and stuff like that, I'll add that to it, if whatever's happening at that point in time. So this is what you want to do. Make sure you do not let anyone walk out without becoming at least a VIP. It takes 2 or 3 minutes if you know how to do it properly. I mean, not properly, if you know how to do it. It's not a rocket science. Log in your back office, enter a member, fill up their information, VIP, click. Okay? So that is basically what you want to do. And we have this saying in Global Wealth Trade, in infinite follow-up. Basically, you want to follow up with all people who saw your business, all people you've spoken with, all people that they said follow up with me in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, whatever it is. At that point, which I always tell them, 30, 60, 90 days, a lot's going to be happening in those 30, 60, 90 days. Position yourself right now. I don't care what package. And I give them a little drawing of what I mean by positioning yourself. Okay? Everyone know my story? Well, I live in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. And when this company got started in 2005, I'm not going to get into all the details, I launched my mall right away. I was not ready. I was not ready, not because of bad things, it was just I was too comfortable. I worked for the government, no dependents, it was basically me and I. And, in Canada, I guess I was government official, government manager, played the real estate. My why wasn't there. I didn't have a why. Yeah, of course, I want to become a millionaire, I want to make all kinds of money, but it was not hurting enough for me to take immediate action, amongst other reasons. But I knew that's not the way it's going to always stay. And I also understood the importance of positioning, so what I did was I launched my Diamond Mall right away. And I figured, okay, I'm going to get to work in about 3 months, 4 months, whatever, soon. Make a long story short, 3.5 years later is when I actually got to work. I launched in 2005. I didn't get to work till August 1st, 2008. So I launched my mall. I was on IA for 3.5 years. That's very important. You do not want to miss the IA. In 2008, my team was 2,300 members in 20 countries that had accumulated $7.5 million in sales. If you don't know what that means, you should, because that's 2/3 of my work. 2/3 of my volume was in place. All I needed to do was get serious, get to work, and do 1/3 of the work and get paid in full. That's what positioning is so important. I shared that with prospects. Imagine if in 2005 I didn't take action, I didn't launch, and I got started on August 1st, 2008. I start from zero, right? I can still do it, but hey, why not take advantage? So I make sure they understand that, and 90% of the time, they launch their mall. Even if deep down they have no plans on really launching, they were not sure. Once I tell them that, they're like, come again? So you're launching mall, but how do these people come from? I said, that's what I'm trying to explain to you. When I launched, the company was still growing. People were working. And because I positioned myself in the binary, my left team, in my case, everybody could be different. In my case, my left team kept growing. And that's why it's so important. So people, usually launch the mall right away. And IA is very important. I think they talk about it today. So at this point, I think I covered all of this. Answer people's questions at the tour. Don't let them get up and go. Bring the survey. Make sure you have the surveys on hand. Very, very important, guys. This is a business. Make sure you have your survey and your application form. I know people that bring guests to the tour. When the tour is ended, it's like they didn't expect them to join. They didn't bring any surveys or application form. No, you got the guest saying, okay, I'm ready to launch. All of a sudden, oh, you want to launch? Like they're surprised. Now they're running around. Do you have an application? Someone has an application? Why don't you have your own application? Okay, make sure you have your applications and surveys on hand. Answer the question, overcome the rejections, and help them make up their mind, and the survey will do that, okay? If you do the one-on-one, learn how to do the composition plan, how the money is made. It's not really complicated. Learn it, write it down, get trained, write it down, practice it, and show it. First little while, have an upline, qualified upline on hand to help you with it. Eventually, you should be able to do it with your eyes closed. Okay? If you don't know how to do the comp plan with your eyes closed, you need to practice. I know people that join this business without even looking at the product section. They saw some. When they saw the composition plan, they were absolutely floored. Like, wow. So you got to learn how to do the comp plan. Okay? And the power of duplication, like I said, we just talked about. And there. Okay. Ask them. Don't be shy to ask them. What's holding you back? Right? Sometimes you show everything, they agree with you, they love everything, but they still not pulling the trigger. So ask them, what's holding you back? Don't be shy. 2 months, 3 months, they never went through the launch pad. And they're quite upset. That's why they were not told they only have 30 days. Okay? So you got to make sure you do the tour, you tell them, okay, congratulations, welcome aboard, let's do the launchpad training right now. Now we have live launchpad training every Tuesdays. 9:15 Eastern. I don't know if you guys have it in your time zone, but there's also a recorded version of it available. It's in your back office, the PowerPoint, all that kind of stuff, right? So you want to do that right away. And, oh yeah, Diploma Challenge, 30 days. Ambassador Challenge, 30 days, right? They have 30 days, so don't let them waste their 30 days. Put them on a fast start. And basically, this business is momentum-based, so let's create massive momentum ASAP. What I do is this. Throughout the whole tours in Abuja, Monday they had 3. The first day had 3, and the second they had 3 more. And everyone was jam-packed. Everyone that was there, that saw the tour, that launched or didn't launch, but they said they're going to launch. I says, now I want you to go hit the phones. They got 2 more tours today. Go invite as many people as you possibly can to this show. Don't tell them too much about how business works, just tell them you need to be here right now. Be here at 2 o'clock tour to see, world's greatest designer company with the greatest compensation plan. It's just, you need to be here to see this. Go out there and call 4 or 5 people. The next people that come there are new, I tell them the same thing. We got another tour in about an hour. Go hit the phones. Then the next morning and the next morning. That's why I believe if we kept it going, 3 per day, for the next 10 days, I think they would have jammed up the house every single day. Not only they had the main level full, they had upstairs. It was upstairs, I didn't even know. I came to the front of the room, I'm like, whoa, there's another level. So this is how you create momentum. So when you bring someone, put them through the launch pad, you need to become not only a diamond, but maybe a diplomat or ambassador in the first 30 days. Guess what? That's what they're going to tell their people. That's how they're going to work with their first and second or anyone in their team. It becomes a culture, right? So you want to make sure you do not shortchange them and get on with them and create that massive momentum right away. Now, no. I think we covered pretty much everything. But follow up. And don't trust your cell phone. Don't trust your memory. You want to make sure you create yourself a system. Forensic is one. We haven't done any forensic training here. Some of you actually did come to Canada for it, but that's one of the greatest systems on how to run your business. And you want to have a proper filing system that you will follow up with these guests. I have people. You guys are aware South Africa got started about 3.5, 4 months ago. The person that started South Africa, I was speaking to him over 1.5 years ago. He was supposed to launch 1.5 years ago. He got sidetracked into some garbage nutrition company. And after 1 year, he came back to me and says, Reza, I'm sick and tired of all these overnight companies out there with health and nutrition. When do I get started? And I'm like, when do you want to go? I want to start right now. He got started about 3.5, 4 months ago, and South Africa is on the map in a huge way. Why? Because I followed up with him for 1.5 years. I didn't write him off. Even though I was ticked off at him, because he was supposed to start 1.5 years before. He had signed, and he just had to make the payment, and next thing you know, he disappeared. How did I follow up with him? Did I have a conversation with him? No. I know he's my friend on Facebook, and I know that I would tag him. I would tag him on new expansions, new announcements, new growth, new product launch, new. And I know he's watching. And all of a sudden, one day, boom, he calls me out of the blue and saying, I want to get started. Now we got South Africa and all that. So at this point, I'm done, Abdul. We're pretty much done. Oh yeah. Pope Store, you got to plug him into the culture. We already have a system that works. Global World Trade has a system. See, Reza could be really slick, really good salesman. Abdul Razak could be, I don't know, big influence in his community, or someone else could be a real good speaker, and so on. And we could have success. But we do not duplicate. We might have quick success bringing a lot of people, but if you have a lot of people that don't duplicate, what good is that? I want to be able to implement a simple system that people can get started and can duplicate that process. That's how you have a business that grows on a consistent basis. And that's what you want to plug them into GWT culture, GWT system, GWT family. our webinars, absolutely everything that we have that is a proven system that works globally, you want to make sure you plug not just yourself, but your new members into that system. Okay? GW Family is a good one, and on Facebook. When I go there, I look at it, within 5 minutes of sitting, I'm welcoming people from, like, I don't know, 15 different countries around the world. That impresses me, and I've been in the business for a long time. I'm sitting there looking at it. Within the last time that I checked the Facebook, which was, I don't know, 5 hours ago, 10 hours ago, we got people from 15 other countries that joined Global Wealth Trade. That's impressive. So you want to make sure your people are there. All the posts, the trainings, the announcements, Nigeria flyer has been posted there. Everything is updated there. So you want to make sure you plug them in the system. Make sure they understand they got to go to Global Wealth Trade official page on Facebook. You want to frequent that. Because anything new hits there first before it hits GWT Family, right? You want to make sure you know that there's a live webinar every Sunday for North America and for Europe and Africa. If you're not on it every Sunday, why not? You need to be on it every Sunday. I do not miss webinars. Okay? I've been in the business fully since 2008. I do not miss webinars. I do not miss boot camps. I do not miss my weekly tours. Weekly tours every Tuesday is in Ottawa for me. Every Wednesday it's in Montreal for me, which is about 450-kilometer round trip. I do not miss this, rain or shine, or freezing rain in Canada. Okay, I don't miss it, and neither should you. We talked about this. Okay, so they basically want people will follow strong leaders. People will follow knowing that there is, even though they're not sure about what they're doing, but they have a strong leader. The person that showed them this business, very confident, very knowledgeable, with the support behind him or her as well, that are there to help that individual. If you can show that properly, not very many people, if any, are going to say no to you. Okay? It's all about doing everything effectively and properly. Now, people that join this business, you guys might even have some of your own team that join this business and they end up doing nothing, and you wonder why. Okay, most of the time it's because they don't know what to do. They don't have a clear direction. They came there, they got excited. I know sometimes husband and wife, $3,500 a piece, and $7,000 they put on, and they join, and all of a sudden nothing. So you're telling me that $7,000 to just throw away, or there's a different reason behind it? And usually that's because they don't know what they got to do. They come in, they join, and all of a sudden they're left behind. They're left by themselves. They're not plugged in the system. They have no idea what to do. And that's when inactivity sets in. That's one reason. Okay? And if that happens, okay, if they're not clear about the direction, they don't know how to go forward, what's going to happen? You stop seeing them around, next thing you know, they'll quit. That's simple. That's simple. These are good people. Whether they join as a retailer or diamond, doesn't matter. They came there because they wanted to change their life. They wanted to do something. Most anyways. But the ones that end up doing nothing is because they're not clear on what they got to do. So make sure you treat it like business, and make sure you take responsibility for them. Now, we are done with that. At this point, what I'm going to do, for the sake of time, because we have our senior VP here, we have our CEO here, we really want to give them as much time as we can, because they're very powerful. I know what they had to do in order to get here, and they're excited to be here. So at this point, I'm going to pass the microphone back to our MC. I believe it's Mr. Sean Haynes. Oh yeah, by the way, do you guys know that throughout the whole time we've been here, everyone that saw him, they thought he was Nigerian? So, back to you, Sean.
Thank you. Let's give a round of applause for our National Ambassador, Reza Scarlou. I hope you took lots of notes, because I don't know how often you get trained by a self-made millionaire. Okay, this gentleman is our #1 earner, our first millionaire, so I hope you took lots of notes. Yeah, 5 ladies so far have thought I was Nigerian. Actually, I had one lady, she was sitting down with me, and she was just talking to me about stuff, and I'm looking puzzled, and she's like, "You're not Nigerian?" I'm like, "No." I said, but hey, you know what? If I have, coming from Barbados, of course, we all came from Africa originally, so I said, if I have Nigerian blood in my ancestry, I consider that a good thing. So I wouldn't mind that at all. Luxury consultant, just like all of us, and she actually became the #1 earner in this company at the time. She was the very first President's Cup winner. So President's Cup is the highest award in the company. She was the very first one to win it. And I guess that was a good thing, because our CEO said, you know what, this young lady has a lot of talent. We need to bring her from the consultant side to the corporate side. And we're so blessed that that happened, because she's taken, you know, our products or helped take our company to a different level. Today, of course, she is our Senior Vice President. She is the reason that we were the winners in 2011 of the Luxury Designer of the Year Award. She is the reason that we were the winners in 2013 of the Handbag of the Year Award. She's the reason we've gotten standing ovations on shows like The View with Whoopi Goldberg, Barbara Walters. She's been featured in the Women of Wealth Oprah edition for being one of the most successful women in the world. She's been featured on the cover of Wealthy Women in Direct Sales, one of 12 women to be featured in that. You know, so it goes on and on. Businessforhome.org, Networking Times as Master Networkers. So, you know, we owe her so much. She's helped this company, these products go to a level where we can all go ahead and become one of the millionaires. So please help me to give a huge ovation to our Senior Vice President, our Chief Developer, Ms. Sanaz Human.
A very, very kind introduction. Good afternoon, Wari. How is everyone doing today? Excellent. Well, I have to tell you, it is absolutely fantastic to be here in beautiful Africa. You know, we arrived in Wari this morning. Is it Wari or Wari? Wari. Wari. Okay, I got it. All right. So, you know, we arrived a couple of days ago. We've already been in Abuja. We've probably seen over 2,000 people there. After here, we're off to Lagos. So we are E&E, as we call in our company, excited and exhausted. But you know what? It's just been such a pleasure to meet our luxury consultants. It's been so good to get some feedback from you. And so I wanted to just start off by thanking you for welcoming me to your beautiful city. Today I'm going to take you through some of our product training, who we are, what we do, and really where we're going with it. You ready to get started? Yeah. Awesome. All right, so that's me. Today I'm going to take you through the Posh Vibe. Because, you know, one of the biggest product lines that we have in our company is the Posh. And the Posh was released about 2 years ago. It's become a huge, huge addition to our company, to our brand. And I gotta tell you, about 2 years ago when I developed the Posh lineup, which is our fashion jewelry, as our entry-level product line to come in, I did not think that Nigeria was going to be such a powerful market to actually, you know, get these products here. So what I did is we created the Posh. It was a lot of, you know, the costume jewelry, and recently we've added a new Posh Vibe collection that is specifically targeted towards Nigeria, based on the quality of the materials, based on the plating, and I'm going to share with you some of the really, really amazing things that are going to be coming to Nigeria in the future as well. So the Posh Vibe is basically a lot of gemstones, gorgeous beading, and you may say, yes, we do a lot of the beading here as well. And I understand that we're using a lot of great raw materials that are natural gemstones. Nothing is plated, nothing is treated. Everything is 100% genuine. They come with their authentication cards inside of them. They have what we call romance cards. They're telling you, you know, the benefits of what's inside of them. But we also have something brand new, which is our Posh Vibe collection watches that are going to be coming out. And so I know some of you have been asking me when. And you know what? The Posh Vibe collection, I'm very, very pleased to say that as soon as I get back to Canada next week, will be available on the website in the next week, and you'll be able to pick them up. So the great thing about this collection is that, you know, they're absolutely amazing fashion watches. And, you know, one thing that I've been getting to know about Nigerians is you love your fashion, you love your bling, you love your flash. And you know what? We're going to create a lot more products that are targeted towards your market. And it's starting off with actually the Posh watches. So, you know, we have a lot of great plating done on these. We've done a lot of great tests on them to make sure that it is exactly what you want. You know, we have for men and women in this collection. And, you know, I cannot wait for all of you to start wearing them, sporting them. They retail for only a couple of $100s as opposed to our fairy collection, which is a couple of $1,000s. So I'm excited for this collection to be coming out and be released by the end of the month. More time from Worry? All right, that was much better. So we gotta make sure, energy. I know you're hot. Trust me, I'm hot. And I'm not used to this hot weather, although I'm loving the African weather though. All right, so some of the new products that we've been bringing out with the Posh. Let me tell you a little bit about what they do, what they are, the gemstones, some of the technical aspects of it, because it's really a product training. And you know, the raw materials that we're using, as I mentioned, they're all natural. None of them are treated. They're put on metal wires. They're all hand beaded. They're all hand knotted. So, and most importantly, one of the things that we're doing in our fashion jewelry lineup, ladies and gentlemen, is that we're actually now offering a 1-year warranty in any of the Posh jewelry that you're buying. And if you are a luxury consultant today and you are on